Welcome, everybody, to Hacking Infinity, the Eschaton, at long last. How are you all?
Doing good. Setting up audio thing.
Yay!
We Gucci, fam. We Gucci.
Excellent, excellent. Let me see. Well, okay. Actually, I'm curious. Dazer, what have you been up to? Because before the broadcast, I found out about Spook's Furniture Quest, and we can talk about that too. Yeah.
We have to.
Okay.
It's important. Yeah, I have been up to, well, on Thursday, I was on nobody can say it right because it's a badly formatted J and C phrase, Jungle Crawl Classics, on Eric Mulgera's channel, which is super fun. We finally had our level 1 debut, in which we immediately got cursed. No spoilers, but spoilers. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Super fine. Yeah, and I'm working on my RPGs still. I got a bunch of canvases to do a whole bunch of layered resin paintings for a show in April, and it's very exciting. And I spent most of before sleep time looking up nudie branches, which are little sea slugs in bright colors, and they're fascinating. Yeah, it's gonna be very fun.
That is cool.
I have so many snacks. Spook, what's up with the furniture thing? Furniture Quest? An RPG?
Yeah, I moved into a apartment. Sorry, it took me a while to translate. I moved into an apartment and I've been in here for like 2 months and still haven't bought any furniture. I've got like a desk, a computer chair, computer on a computer chair, inflatable bed. I just haven't. I was having there was a whole dining table versus coffee table that was adjustable possibly, and then my friend was like, we'll just get a really big coffee table and then eat sitting down with tatami mats or something. And I was like, damn, you're such a filthy weeb. That's such a good idea. Shout out to my friend Luna, the filthiest of weebs. She's disgusting. It's amazing.
And if you do that, and it's wintertime, you could always do get a tiny little heater and then put a blanket over the table and just snuggle right up to it.
That's true. And I'm also gonna I'm just stealing from all the cultures. I'm also gonna do raclette parties, which are like these French baked potato parties with melty cheese. It's almost kind of like a fondue kind of thing. Boom, I'm being told it's amazing. But yeah, that was Furniture Quest. I'm courting with a Roll20 API person to try and get my hack apart having Roll20 support, because I'm running a couple groups for it at the moment, and it's just hard for everyone because there's lots of 3-digit numbers to juggle around. And other than that, I'm just on my continuing quest against toxicity on the internet.
Nice. Congratulations on all those fronts.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Yeah, somehow I think that last one might be trickier than the rest.
I'm gaining ground. I'm discovering new tactics, new
one troll at a time.
Well, if you do have success, by all means, I would love to study at your feet.
Hello. Well, sometimes it's about rehabilitation and education. Sometimes it's just about making them leave, and knowing which is the hardest thing.
An exciting adventure, no matter what.
Troll fighting. It's the definition of an adventure. For making new characters.
So today we're doing the Hacking Infinity the Eschaton? Titling.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I was like you have so many fonts. I really need to.
Is that
Love it. It's a
you
compliment.
have so many fans? It's hideous, or somebody?
No,
Okay.
Right now it's working.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah, because there have been complaints about that in the past, and I went to try and remove some, and then that never actually happened.
Yeah. It's fine. They're glorious. It's
Well,
your brand.
yes. Yeah, I think it's that I really enjoy the way Photoshop lets you do really cool stuff with fonts with relatively minimal effort. So I just keep on coming back to it
Nice.
and with it. And there's all these there's all these thousands of free really cool fonts just out there on the internet, and some of them, not just one but several at a time, need to be tried and
Shown off. Yeah. How are you gonna know if you don't use all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the playbooks are, just as a reminder, the citizen, who's essentially the hard holder on steroids, the composition, which I'm sure you're quite familiar with, Adazer, the regional the regional intelligence director, the force commander, and the committee chair. And normally I suggest that somebody play a citizen, just to make sure that there's a world, at least a world for things to be based around, and in hopes of it being it being multiple planets rather than just one. But I'm thinking maybe we should experiment with not doing that and still trying to make sure that it's multiple worlds, because I think it runs a lot better when it's.
Because you don't want to force people to play a game in a certain way if it's as open as you want. So it's good to test it in different ways.
Yeah.
Do unique things that people might not, like speed run created, which for this game, who knows how long it'll take. It'll be fun the whole way.
Yes. Although that said, if somebody's willing to play the committee chair, that one hasn't gotten as much playtesting as the other. So that'd be cool. But it's possible that, I don't know, maybe it might be kind of underpowered compared to the others. I'm not sure.
Play to find out.
Yeah.
I would like to play another Force Commander.
Okay.
One from I feel one like Quasi, like I really enjoyed from a roleplay perspective, but like I feel that it was a bad build possibly, or just because of just the silliness of it. It was like I was fighting against myself a lot of the time, if that makes sense. And so I'd like to try and see.
There were a lot of you.
There were a lot of you. Maybe now that I understand the game a bit more, I'm going to have another go, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to keep rolling fighters until I have a fighter that I'm happy with, and then I'm going to play a wizard.
But me, I love playing wizards.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play wizard. But that's just my character over again.
Well, yeah, I mean, is the composition the wizard?
I think the composition is the seer. Because they just got stuff everywhere. Let me look up the committee. Is the base information on this, or do I need to go to another place? Is it in Roll20 or do I
It
need
is in
to?
it is in Roll20
okay.
as well as the doc.
Okay.
The
Committee chair template? Is that what I should look at?
Force Commander template, yeah.
No, I'm not Force Commander. He is.
Or committee chair template,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry.
That's okay.
Um,
Unless we could both play Force Commanders.
that would be interesting. It'd be different.
Let's do that. Now that I said it, I got to do it.
Okay, let's see what happens. Sure. What the hell?
Yeah.
So
this is about playtesting,
yeah.
pushing what unbalance everything. A party of bards.
So one of the like really interesting things about Quasi was that you pushed so hard in the fighting yourself direction. I thought that was kind of beautiful and uh, really sort of a dynamic that I liked seeing in the game. I think that's like it sort of played to one of the things I was hoping to get at with the flaws or challenges is that it in theory playing to those things you advance faster and it's more dramatic.
Sure. I think though that Quasi was like is still alive in canon.
Yeah.
Quasi is.
We're gonna play that again.
Quasi is like a quasi rather than a Force Commander, if that makes sense. Their bullshit, for lack of a better term, is like their fluff is so all-consuming that the kind of Force Commander aspect. I feel they could have been most of the playbooks, and it would have been mostly the same, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So talking now about my new thing is, so like the initial inspiration point for wanting to play this game was the culture novels, light inspiration, and so I'd like to see about being a ship mind because it's something that you can't really do in like 99% of role-playing games, and hopefully you could be a kind of ship mind-esque thing. And so maybe I'll pass it over to you, Brad. I mean, I just presume Force Commander would be that, but it might not be, if that makes sense.
I think it could certainly work as Force Commander.
Could committee work as a ship mind?
Could what work as a ship mind?
Committee chair?
Maybe. For sure, intelligence director and composition could. And I'm pretty sure that Force Commander should work well as that. Committee chair, maybe. Have to see.
Head of a mercenary unit or military order, decisive factor in any local conflict. But others have resources you can only dream of. Yeah.
But resources aren't important.
Right. Yeah. Let's go. Sure.
So okay. But you do you want to go ahead with the double Force Commander thing, or do you want to try
whatever
out...
Spook wants to play?
Yeah, okay.
I will adapt.
I'll go with another Force Commander, and then if it doesn't work, I'll just play a different boat on a different day. That's composition or something.
You'll be a boat one day.
Mm-hmm. You'll be a boat, my boy.
Okay, let me spit out a...
So case wrong. So will I be pretty? Will I have sails?
Mm-hmm. Will I be full of semen?
That's the dream.
Mm-hmm. Heaven is a place on earth. It's in Birmingham. Who'd have thought?
It's like I just googled it. It's right there. It's Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry for all the noises I had to. I'm dealing with a bit of an ant issue, and I went to get a snack, and I saw a couple of ants in my single splurge bag of potato chips, and I was like, well, now I have to eat all those potato chips because the ants will get them. And they're not even chips; they're little waffles.
Ah.
Because everything I do is ridiculous.
It's a style. I like that.
It's a brand.
Yes. Okay. So there are two copy of Force Commander templates. Actually, let me move them all the way to the top. Oops.
The very, very top.
So you don't type over each other. Be sure to. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
It's the opposite of a boat.
There.
A kraken?
Yeah. Well, okay. A kraken will often be like in opposition to a boat, but it could be like your body is really really tiny, like a
yes,
inch or so tall.
Very tiny. You know what I am? I'm a squee.
Oh, damn.
That's it. That's
Okay.
me.
Nice. Oh,
This is sometime in the future.
And so to try and like mine into the system, so Adam was like living on Paradise Island and everything was always fine and he never got any clocks. Was that morale? They not ever got any clocks. Was that morale or as in the stat that was causing them to to not have clocks all the time, if that makes sense?
no, I think that was luck. But
okay.
I think Brad just likes Adam better. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it's me being partial.
Yeah,
intentionally. Like I wanted to make things as difficult as possible for you two and let him
definitely
sail.
The favorite.
To answer the question seriously, it's probably control because control is the stat you would roll when resisting outside influence, but morale is sort of the hit points. So if you want to nip a bunch of shit in the bud, control is what you want to specialize in. If you want to but if you don't mind having clocks, you want to weather that storm, then morale.
Okay, and with the troop commander move itself, you know, at the beginning of each session we roll plus focus. Is it just plus focus, or is it like focus plus an organization stat, or is it just your stat as the leader?
It's your focus in terms of keeping everybody. Yeah. Well, it's your focus because it just doesn't involve multiple.
I think I'm pretty good then. I think I've picked my things.
Okay. I need to get my thing. I was thinking about squeeze, and I just got real distracted about tiny, strange animals. Too many elbows.
Yeah. So, do we want to use like the is this like the same solar system, only like a couple of dimensions over, in that, so like the stuff that's happened is essentially canon, but it doesn't necessarily interact with what's in the main campaign? Do we want to have it just be later, or do we want to have it be essentially unconnected, but
We
there's
could have
squee
it be
squee,
really early. Like
or
there's
yeah,
squee squee and or like just there's squee squee, like the galaxy over that are just slightly more advanced, and then their forest friends, like they developed space travel, tiny little. So in case you know, a squee squee is it's like a little dick, a little. It doesn't help if you don't know what that is. It's a very tiny deer with like big eyes and like two little horns. But in our game, its hooves can like uncurl into like gecko hands, and it has little barbed dart it can shoot out, and like its legs have too many joints. It's got like two sets of eyes for seeing the day and the night. In case you guys forgot, it's a terrifying design.
They have
But adorable.
prehensile hooves, I believe.
Yeah. So the hooves, and then like they uncurl into feet with the squishy gecko thing, so they can climb up things really fast. And also they're real little, so you never know if one's right behind you. So I'm filling out my stuff now. So.
So yeah, I guess definitely fill in the look stuff. Pick a challenge. We'll get back to bonds. Stat line. Let me see. I guess for I always check spells. For moves, definitely go ahead and take both Troop Commander and the one other move.
Armed to the teeth.
Sure, if you want. And any of the three armed to the teeth.
Oh, okay, any of those three.
Or
Okay.
negotiate.
Okay.
And for now, do fill in the starting Wuffy of 2 and skip over Fortune for now.
And we're picking one of these things because we're doing a quick start, like one challenge, one blah, 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 something.
Yeah,
because I know.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to anything that's abbreviated yet.
Okay.
For good or ill. Or I don't think we have.
Since pre-game, you said, "Oh, just pick the first one and we'll develop less." Since there's two of us, I picked for my challenges. I picked the last one, which fits as well. So I'm timid.
Okay.
Poor baby. Poor precious little tiny.
Oh.
Tiny vicious creatures. It's fine.
Yeah. Only dangerous when scared, but they're perpetually scared.
Yeah, they're always scared. They're so scared all the time. So you said 2 Woofy and then skip Fortune, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So conceptually for the boat is the essentially the organization, the ship itself. You're like the ship's AI, and the force is like like a sort of a marine or fighter contingent on that, or do you have a different
Yeah,
setup in mind?
I think they're the crew, but I'd like to maybe take it in like a very different direction. Rather than being like a mercenary group, instead they're more like trained. They're more like spies, and they're more like sciencey, and like sending like sort of one person on a thing, and yeah, they're a lot less like the kind of smash and burn the earth than the last one. Geez, the more I think about it, so like when I like describe it to me, or when I describe it to people, it sounds like I am describing a like a regional intelligence director. But then I think the difference is that makes me want to go to stick with force commander is I think eventually, I'm the kind of boat that will force people to be nice to each other through having bigger lasers. It's like my lasers are bigger than yours, so you're going to play nice. Okay, we're going to have a nice, reasonable discussion. And oh god, this is just the same thing. We're going to have a nice discussion, and if you don't, I'll incinerate you with lasers. Apparently, I just have one trick in life.
Look, it's a good trick. It's a solid trick.
Nobody likes being incinerated. Go figure.
Unless you're a bomb. I guess.
Okay, few people like being incinerated.
So I've done that. I'm gonna take armed to the teeth because tiny little deer just covered in stuff is hilarious.
Let me, rather than going back and forth on your sheets, let's.
And is assets the thing that has the smart clothing, chameleon cloth? Got it. Yeah, I think and just for the future, cameo line is that a different kind of cloak than chameleon? Or is the spelling just off on that word? And assets.
So let me see. It was intentionally cameo line rather than chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
But
like
same derivation.
Thing?
Like it's about like blending into the background.
Okay. Yeah, I think all of them have chameleon cloaks or cameline cloaks. Because that's does that work? 3 rep is rep to Woofy? Is that the?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 3 or and I so yeah, that is something I need to fix. Is that it is it's still reading as rep rather than Woofy. It should be.
Okay.
And
they all have tiny vac suits.
Okay. Nice. Adorable. I can picture it so clearly.
Or should they have holographic projectors so that they look like regular people, but then that like it fades and they're just tiny deer?
I mean, I don't know why they would want to look like regular people, but
that's true.
Yeah.
They're proud of their heritage. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks.
A proud people. With the gang-sized fleet of unarmed drones, so say can I like buy a fleet of the stealth ones with 1 Woofy, then upgrade that to state-of-the-art weapons with another Woofy, and then buy another fleet of just the regular stealth ones with yet another Woofy. Or not with Woofy, with the Choose 4.
Okay. So let me see. So with one of them you want just okay, yeah, I mean the Choose 4 was something that I was gonna say just grab one and we'll add the others later. But if you know exactly what you want, then sure. And yeah, I think it's fine to just with those choices, like go with the gang size fleet, and then use other choices to upgrade them.
Cool.
Upgrade. Okay. Where is that?
Okay. So. Oh yeah, and with the organizational descriptors, that's definitely a place to like start with just taking one, and then unless there's others that you're like, well, it's definitely like constitutionalist monarchy. I know this.
And you know for
then
sure, yeah.
Start with one. But you can add another 1 to 2 at any time. So
sorry, it's a little quiet. We're just filling everything out still.
Yeah. So are we good on holdings?
I've just reached that, so yeah, I'm not quite there yet. In fact, I'm exactly there.
Okay.
Really.
Okay. So for your boat, be sure to it may be better to move Battle Hardened to a playbook move, since it is a playbook move. I think it might be a little bit clearer. And then be sure to under direct conflict, open it and put in other mod of that's +1. I'm actually doing. And then another, for whatever stat line you choose for your organization, fill that in and then bump the morale up to.
I'll back this.
Cool. I think that's me done. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, and then for ad hoc. Oh yes. Okay. So for the ad hoc organization descriptor, under manufacture, under both troop commander and manufacturer consent, be sure to add under special that you can use it to remove a different organizational descriptor for the rest of the session. And that when resisting outside influence, you have to make an additional choice from the 7 to 9 results.
Okay.
And that way, it'll prompt that every time you roll it. It should at least print the special part so that so we don't forget. Because otherwise, I know I totally will.
Sorry, folks. Seattle of the Winter has very few downsides, but ants is one of them. Very frustrating.
Yeah,
they were in my fridge earlier.
Yeah.
My fridge.
Oh, I had some ant battles earlier in the year.
Normally, I don't have food everything's dehydrated or canned or like eaten that day. But I've been trying to eat vegetables.
What?
Everything's spoiled.
What?
I know. Well,
Healthy
the thing
food.
is, like everything, I got zucchinis someday, and the next day they had like spots on them, and I was like, "That's just bad produce. That's no, not good." I had to eat
Yeah.
all this
You
stuff.
know that stuff is like sat around in a warehouse.
Ugh, yeah.
You know,
Feed it. I should just go to farmers markets. They're the only place I should get things ever. Farmers markets.
just keep it in the
Biscuits,
local economy.
local
And,
produce. Yeah.
I mean, not that I do that. I mean, I
Yeah.
you know, there is a farmers market, or a couple of them, you know, weekly nearby.
Yeah.
In fact, it's one of them is going on right as we speak. It's at an inconvenient time.
For a second, I thought you were gonna finish that sentence with store.
No.
It's in a convenience store, an inconvenient store. Nice.
Truth.
What would I'm trying to think of a good name for these creatures because that would determine their basic intent in the galaxy, and that seems like a lot to do. Because for holdings, you need to you choose a name for your mercenaries and/or order.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, okay. I guess for both of you, it's important to set in your mind whether it's more of a mercenary group or just an order that's like organized around a specific belief.
mm-hmm.
I suppose we're like freelance do-gooders.
Well, okay. There's a couple of things to unpack there.
Freelance and do-gooders.
Yeah. Okay. So first, the freelance over like working for someone specifically, unless you want to set up a thing where you're working for somebody else. Yes, you don't have a boss. Whether or not you take on jobs from somebody or just sort of involve yourself where you think that it's most advantageous or where the best good can be done is another decision to make. And
yeah,
then,
I think I'm more of like a sticking my nose in where I think it's relevant, but then at the same time, I think it would be cool to in-game like acquire a cause. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much like, you know, an army without a nation, and hopefully find a nice one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what my people were kind of leaning towards. Like maybe they're a faction like the Puritans, except more militant. Trying to find a space of their own where they can graze and jump and paralyze dart whoever they wish in their own homes. It's fine. Everything's fine.
so they have a cause. The cause is to find a home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what a lot of them do. Like maybe it's not like universal through the group, but yeah. Overall, it's work until we've either saved enough to become like get a planet or a small moon. Maybe there's whispers of like going back and retaking their motherland from whoever or whatever, whether it be outside influence of space asteroids or political divide.
Yeah.
Who is
well,
to
I mean,
say?
In the original campaign, there was like a second civilization on Isopod, and I believe that was, and I could be wrong, but I think that That was
The trees and the dik-diks.
yeah, but separate from those, I think there was Tycho and the Sirocco Autonomous Cynosure.
Okay.
That I remember.
We never talked to those guys.
Oh well, you did once, and the leader was a complete dick, and not like a dick, but a dick.
Singular.
Yeah.
Not triplicate.
Yes. Now, I may be confusing two different things, but I'm pretty sure that.
I have a question. There's a thing where you can. There's a move called Arm to, or a move called Arm to the Teeth, and then there's also a one of the choose four is basically Arm to the Teeth, but slightly less. Can I just put more stuff on them, or should I limit it? Because I really would like to get those holographic projectors on my tiny deer. But if you say it's that, I'll resist.
I don't think that's a balance issue. I'm fine with it.
Okay. Cool.
And I think for like ease of like, so in my mind when we've been discussing this, the ship has like an avatar that is sort of my character, if that makes sense, rather than me like just being the ship all the time, which sounds fun, but less easy to roleplay with.
Is it like in Power Rangers that has the giant crystal face?
No, it's just like a little protocol droid kind of dude. Okay. It just that I like remote control.
Okay, for sure. So for kitting out the ship itself, let me see. So you took as one of the things in armed spacecraft?
Yes, because that's like me.
Which is you. Okay.
And then in like one of the previous versions that was like the Word document, you could have the state-of-the-art tag on your ship, but that is been removed.
Let me see. I see it on the template. Did I remove it? Or is there just a...
Yeah, it's in Roll20, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
In Roll20, there's fast, armed, and huge.
Well, okay. So in Roll20, it starts off as you pick one of those, and then and then you can have the drone fleet have state-of-the-art weapons. I don't have a problem with the ship itself having state-of-the-art weapons. I don't think.
Well, it wasn't even state-of-the-art weapons. It was the ship just had state-of-the-art as its. I think it was instead of armed, you could have just state-of-the-art full stop.
Oh, I see. But, yeah, I did have that, and looks like actually, I'm not sure whether I think I probably added it later rather than having removed it from Roll20. I think it was never in Roll20. And okay, so
I have a question about sort of the spacecraft thing. Underneath armed spacecraft, choose one of the following. It says if you have a spacecraft, gain 3 more
copies of the spacecraft.
Oh, okay. I was like, 3 more what?
Yeah,
3 more
that's
whoopies, 3
not as
more
clear as it could or should
tags.
be.
Okay, so a small fleet then. Okay. Total of 4 fast armed spacecraft.
So,
Oh, and so I am a state-of-the-art ship, just because it makes me feel happy saying that, so I said
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah, state of the art
you're
does
doing-
actually refer to weapons. It is.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
There's a book by Ian Banks literally called State of the Art, so I'm just shipping that immediately. It's like an automated. It's like, oh well, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there is that, but the tag has a mechanical meaning as well.
Yeah, it's that if man's ain't got a state of the art, then they can't step to use. You got to be all like, you can't step to me, you ain't got state of the arts. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That is true. It is a fact we all know.
Yeah. Essentially, if you use force on somebody directly, that you're doing grievous harm rather than just regular harm.
I believe that's what I just said, Brad.
Yeah.
Mans can't step to you, because I think with the state-of-the-art power armor, it's that you only as well. Just to be clear, with the state-of-the-art defenses, because I think the power armor can be state-of-the-art, then it's that you don't take damage from non-state-of-the-art stuff, or was that like a fever dream I had while...
It's like if you have state-of-the-art like body armor, people can't shoot you with a regular gun, they have to shoot with a laser gun. Like something like that. Like there's tiers of weaponry.
Is that true, or did I imagine
that? It's close to that. I think power armor specifically says, oh, if something is shooting at you with the state-of-the-art tag, then it counts as if it's not.
Okay, well that's great.
But the power armor itself is not considered to have the state-of-the-art tag unless it also has like built-in weapons that are used.
Okay, well then maybe as well we've discovered something about the system, that maybe the state-of-the-art tag is something that people seem to respond well to. So maybe like armed and state-of-the-art are to like whoop, split out, and instead state-of-the-art can be applied to more than just armed. Maybe something to think about it, just because it's a really fun tag. It feels good, and so to have it be to do with more than just weapons.
Something like advanced weaponry, and then state-of-the-art can apply to like a broader umbrella of things. Perhaps.
I say people respond well to it. Obviously, I'm just responding well to it, me, and I'm obviously a big influencer.
We grew up. That's what's on your business card. Your holographic business card.
Spooked ass influence.
Yeah. So we need to pick a surplus and a need, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They will come up a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard life, Force Commander, hard life.
Yeah. One thing I remember is that the surplus and the need, maybe because we didn't play enough like back to back and the scenes were a little longer, never really came up. we waved a hand around it, but
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, every session was me having a new clock to do with surplus and need.
I mean, I only had the uprising of my now playable character, so just tying it all
I had to blow up my own imagination. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but you got like a giant sex mecha out of it. That seems like a fair trade.
It was when it came to me, it was like it was my eureka moment. I was like, oh, I need to blow up my own imagination. This is perfect.
I mean, I am really curious to see where Quasi goes from that state at some point. Like, because there's when and if we go back to that campaign, there's
Going
like
back.
this great opportunity to like discuss it in character as well as out of character, because there's like a committee chair who the last thing that happened, or one of the last things that happened, was that committee chair like started up or was just starting a conversation about, oh, you've been bad. And sort of like I think the game is very much predicated upon having an organization. So where does it go if you as a PC intentionally destroy your organization?
Yeah. But I mean, the thing about his organization is like he doesn't need to recruit; just needs to start popping out new versions.
Oh, they're not. I don't think Quasi's up for that. I mean, they want to. I mean, yeah, I guess they do want to explore mechanically how can I no longer have an organization. But yeah, that's something to explore with Quasi. I do want to be Quasi again. There are a lot of fun being, the voice is just, I love. I didn't know that was inside of me. But
it's a gift every time we discover a new part of yourself.
Speaking of voices, robot voice.
How many descriptors do we have? Me?
Yes.
Yes, you were briefly roboty, but you're fine now. Okay. I think we're just taking one for expediency.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's more that like that immediately apply you want in there, then
Sure. Okay. Having a bunch of like hooded, cloaked, like high benched theocratic dictics. It's like just that image of like going into the tribunal, like the little click of the hooves in this echoing chamber, and there's like their tiny little hoods. They pull it back, and they're just adorable little deer face.
Nice.
I think yeah. I'm just gonna go with that because that's a good image, and I am nothing if not swayed by aesthetics.
For sure. So under Theocracy,
it's
breaking up a little bit. So yeah.
Back?
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
So
+1 for searching the mindscape.
Be sure to just bump up your influence by 1, and then if you under search the mindscape, there's like the arrows going out beside the roll button. If you click on that, and
neat.
then just like
pop it up by 1.
Copy in.
No.
Don't
It's
pop it up
ask
by 1.
an additional question.
Yeah, just write in the special. You can. Or you must ask an additional question.
Yeah. Must.
And 1's going to be inaccurate.
Chris must.
You're going on faith, and faith is always accurate.
We shall see. Yeah. So I think I'm good with that. So. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping something. Name, look, challenges, moves, stats, descriptor, stat-based, my 4 things, and now I need a bond.
Okay. Well, do you have a name? Mine hasn't updated with 1.
Oh, right, I don't. Um, hmm. 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 I don't. I can't. It's hard to think.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
What?
any of
Hold on.
the.
No, none of them apply to me. I'm gonna
Okay.
search up a.
None of the suggested names. Yeah.
No,
Not.
because there's two based on Void, and Adam's not here right now, so.
I'm presuming that your squeeze are nice, but I don't want to be prejudiced. I mean, are you cool, friendly people, or are you guys kind of a bit?
They're a
dick?
theocracy.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yes, they're of course they're good people by definition. They are they are
They're pure
fulfilling
and
the
venerated.
yeah.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
I think I'm gonna be
Your
called the.
organization is tragically backwards.
No.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna stick with the Puritan thing. I think they're gonna be called the Hallowed Spire. Because that sounds ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of their organization, Hallowed Spire.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because they're like the rocket ship that they left in was like one of those old school like 1950s, like super long, but the entirety of it like built on like reflective energies to feel the. It's like a solar panel, but with crystal and reflection. It's a Prisma ship. Don't worry about it. I always play the same character. It's fine.
What was your name again then? The organization
Hallowed
name?
Spire. HALLOWED SPIRE.
Thank you.
Yes. You think I'm backwards?
Tragically backwards. Tragic.
But I have so many new things. I have vac suits on everyone. I have holographic projectors. I have the spindle, which I thought of is a fist-sized device that carries a cable of up to 2 kilometers in length, with tensile strength of several tons. Of them having that, but since they have the little dart thing, it's just a technologically advanced outside version of a dart thing that shoots that can go up to like 2 kilometers. So it's sort of like an evolution of. We're like, oh, we need to build robots with hands, and they're like, we need to build robots that can shoot darts at people. Yeah, and I have 4 ships. That's so many ships for being backwards.
I am a boat.
You're like, I am a ship. So is that reciprocal or asymmetric? Let's see.
I believe you choose. Yeah, you choose.
That sounds asymmetric.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they think you're backwards. I think they think you're just different.
And I think I want to play with the kind of culture idea a bit of that. The crew of organics are kind of just there for show, and I'm sort of humoring them a bit, and like me and the drones actually do all the work.
Yeah. Nice. I think. Hmm. I think you're keeping a secret from me. You're keeping an important secret from me. You get to choose what that secret is. Whenever we're trying to discover the secret, it makes things more difficult for me, Mark experience. So, you think I'm backwards. What's your group name?
Mortal Matters.
I'm fairly certain somebody's setting off small fireworks outside of my house, so if that audio comes through, I apologize.
Nope, I don't think it's...
Tragically backwards.
Yes.
Very important. Sorry for the
I'm
and
looking for that entry, and I know it's there. The whole tragically backwards thing.
you are keeping an important secret from me.
I see that one.
It's the second from the
okay.
bottom. Yeah.
Thank you. I see. Okay, it's either asymmetric or not, whether or not they feel the same way. Derp, I'm behind.
No worries. Right. So we both have a bond.
And what was the Spire's?
Mortal Matters is keeping a secret from me, an important secret from me. Now, do you tell me what that secret is, or do I have to figure it out what it is in game?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, So you, as the Spire, choose the secret.
No, they do.
No, I think you do, and then they, and then Boat would tell you how they found out.
No, another PC is choosing a secret that would make things difficult. I chose the one that they're hiding an important secret from me. It's a different secret link. There's two secret links. This one's further down. Third from the bottom.
Like I know my own game or anything.
No. It's been a long time since I played. Don't worry about it. Another PC is keeping an important secret from you. They choose what that secret is. Whenever trying to discover the secret makes things more difficult for you. That's parsed strangely. No, it's not, because it's the mark experience. Whenever trying to discover the secret makes things more difficult for you, mark experience. I had the inflection wrong. I was like, that's my brain.
Okay.
I mean, is it that your life is a lie? I mean, the whole
more specifically.
Okay, probably that you are, recently uplifted, and so I'm presuming that
we were seeded with false information of having to leave the planet.
Yeah, that you believe you have this grand, long, hallowed legacy.
Yeah.
Whereas actually you're kind of a novelty science project. And I'm keeping it from you because I don't want to hurt your little feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the religion's like, it tells us in our most holy texts, and you're like, I wrote those on Wikipedia like 3 months ago. So maybe it's like a couple decades, but still like very short term for.
A Gestalt consciousness kind of just thought you were cute and ran with it.
And you gave us a bunch of toys. You're like, oh, they can holographic project. And they're like, it's like there's this complete they're all lined up in the squadrons, and then 10 minutes later they're like one's hanging from the ceiling on one of the spindles, and one's wrapped up in the wire, and the other one's just wiggling its legs, and it's the holographic thing keeps flickering. It took a while to get us to where we are. Yeah. Yeah. So you may or may not know that we have our own re-sleeving tank. Maybe we stole it. Who knows? Maybe not. Hold on. But it's exciting.
Well, okay. So you, did you get a receiving tank?
Yeah.
As a hold on. Okay.
The thing is, it says it's the size of a hot water heater. I'm like, I could raise 4 dicks in that. So much space. Sorry, Squee. I should use their official title. Legally distinct OC, do not steal. No, steal it. Put it in all your games. Yeah.
Send us fan art, please.
Oh, and what was the name of your leader, your actual character?
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a. I think. Mm, I don't want to give him a name that sounds like something dumb. So, nope, that's a rude word. Don't worry about it. It's like, oh, that sounds really cute. I'm like, wait, no, old British. It's bad.
Fanny? Did you
Is
go?
it?
Was it?
Well,
Fanny?
okay. So are
No,
you?
is it Quim one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. That's
My
the word.
quim is
Yeah.
quivering.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Are you the pope of this
That's what I'm
organization,
thinking.
or?
Or is it like it's run by religious people, but they have like a different like from the masses you shall arise and lead us.
Yeah.
It's hard being space pope. Let me tell you, it's
Yeah, yeah.
rewarding.
I don't think there's space pope. I think there's because I love that image of like the stark lighting behind like spotlights on each of the high clerics with the little hoods, like strict gray stone stands. But if you look behind it, there's like little stairs that cut back and down and back.
Well, I mean, like if the organization is also like sort of egalitarian or anarchistic, then it totally makes sense to be like
I think it's still chosen by the
Sister
church, but
X
it's not
rather
like,
than like high psychopomp X.
I think it's they're still chosen by the church, but it's like anyone can become the leader of the people. You don't have to be a cleric to do it. Unlike the Catholic Church.
And we're in like a neighboring system. Is that right? To like the other continuity.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a neighboring system
Dimension.
rather than like same system, different dimension.
And so, does Capstone's influence reach here?
Well, we one of the things we're going to need to do is decide whether the game's focus or the big bad is going to be capitalists, Lords of the Underdark, or each other.
I mean, I'm up for fighting capitalists all day, every day. But at the same time, I benefit from the system, so what do you do?
How it is.
But I also suffer from the system. I'll be right back.
Because I think I was just thinking as maybe like a slight backstory element that I would maybe be a ship built by Capstone because they figured like the unmanned self-piloting ships would be cheaper, but I'm one that has gone rogue to do good things.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that. I like that a
yeah.
lot. Good things like raise up theocratical tiny deer.
Well, it wasn't me. I didn't raise you up.
Okay. It's like you bought 2 goldfish, and then suddenly you have like 4 ships of goldfish. Like you couldn't stop it.
No, I mean, but are these not descendants of your squeeze, or are these like
possibly
squeeze?
Since it's in the neighboring universe, yeah, they could definitely be descendants. Like same time, same place, same channel. Yeah, where they and basically their thing is whether or not you like the squee up uplifting development went well and they took over the planet, or maybe they went well and there's just like a gift shop with a bunch of them for sale. It's like the Black Mirror thing of like, oh, get your new Android now. It's like, get your new squeeze for your family, defense and cuddling. Yeah. And I'm picturing like the Tribble situation, like you just got a few, and then you kind of like forgot that they were there for a couple of months, and then they were like stealing your re-sleeving tanks, and
then Ben Sisko's meeting Kirk, and you're like, oh, my mind.
and then Kirk and Picard fight on a desert planet and have to squeeze under a rock to get past the dimensional time gate.
And then Malcolm McDowell's there, I think, and they punch each other a bit.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Ben Sisko. You're still my faves.
Yeah.
Badass.
It was real.
Yeah. I think one of those storylines will work great.
Should we play the fucking game?
Yeah.
Okay, so the big bad is still Capstone ISM. We're going with that.
Yeah, it's already made up.
Okay.
Speed run.
Cool.
You already got him.
And let's I guess pick just a personal scenario each now, and then we can add one as makes sense.
Where?
Okay, so under handouts, play start.
Okay. We picked a common threat.
Indeed.
So we need to pick a. Okay.
So yeah, after that, then there's a thing where each player picks two personal scenarios, but let's just make one for now to accelerate things.
Sure.
I'll take Liberate Barbaric World. That's like exactly my jam.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think it is in the doctrine to spread the word to as many as possible. But since like everything's super established for like hundreds of years, it's really hard to find new converts. So why not uplift a new one, and then you'll have a fresh start with no competition.
So okay.
Yep.
So you're
uplifting a new species.
Babies uplifting babies.
Yep. Babies raising babies.
Okay.
Yeah. They're moving very fast. Like their development is just they're skipping over probably some important things.
And I'm sorry, did you ever pick a personal name?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have a title at least? Maybe is that something? Are you the Grand Inquisitor?
I think they are.
So you mentioned something about while the organization itself is theocratic.
If you'll just give me a minute, just let me think it over.
Okay.
Yeah. So just
okay.
No helping because my brain tries to listen to you and then doesn't think about anything. So I'll choose it in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. I just. Actually, would it be possible to take a short break between now and the rest of the game?
I was thinking that too.
So I can there's some unfinished things that I didn't get done before the game, and sort of stressed me out a whole lot. So.
Okay. Well.
And I'll come back with a name. I promise.
Okay. No worries. Do not stress. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, or a little bit more.
5 should be.
5 is good. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. We will be back shortly. Please stick around and or click on the next video.